All right, today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about education reform. This video is going to run a little bit longer because I want to talk you through how our kids are learning now and where we want them to go. There are two different aspects to this. There's an academic side and there's an administrative side. For the most part, a lot of people, when it comes to education and they try to solve a problem, they push money at the problem. Problem with that is the more money the programs get, it seems like the more problems it becomes. Most of the best funded schools in our nation and in our state actually deliver some of the lowest test scores and student performance. When I say performance, I mean test scores, but also outside the school. Why is that? Well, let's address the problem. There is an elephant in the room, and there are also misconceptions in our culture. We have entrenched decade-long problems that our culture has let slide by an inch at a time. So how did we get here? Let's talk about it. For far too long, our education system has taught our kids what to think, teaching them how to memorize things and then repeat it on a test, instead of teaching them how to think and how to learn. When I am elected governor, I will make education reform, and I use the word reform very lightly because it's way more than reform. It's a complete restructuring. I will make this a top priority in this state with 4 key pillars. I want our kids to be strong. I want our kids to be smart. I want our kids to be sovereign. And I want our kids to be spiritual. When I say spiritual, I mean giving them the ability to control their internal emotions, not just deal with their external world. Because, hey, strong people are harder to kill and more useful in general. Spiritual people are harder to deceive. Smart people who know how to think will grow in their God-given sovereignty and choose the plan that God's given them and not society wants them to do. First off, strong. Let's talk about teaching our kids how to be strong. All across our nation and our culture, our kids are living more of a sedentary lifestyle while at the same time ingesting high caloric foods. For hundreds and thousands of years, humans were never meant to eat more than 1 meal a day. But we're eating 3 or more and snacks of high calorie foods. This trend has a direct impact on their IQ, on their focus, test scores, and overall academic performance. The research is vast and has shown for decades that physical activity done early in the day leads to a sharper focus, improved test scores, and a better focus all throughout the day. I mean, think about it. If you miss your workout, what does it do to your day? Imagine the kids who have all that energy anyways. My initiative on school programs will encourage working out with large muscle groups early in the day, before the learning. It is proven, and this will boost test scores, along with classroom engagement and focus. It'll reduce preventable illnesses and diseases within our children. And also, one of the things I'm most excited on, it supports healthy brain chemistry and reduces the reliance on pharmaceutical medications. I think we all want to see our kids ingesting less medical substances. Because although it will help one thing, it creates 10 other side effects. A strong body supports a strong mind and builds a strong future Texan for our state. Number 2, spiritual. That word spiritual can be used a lot of different ways. I hope you don't have a misconception about it and listen to me when I speak about how this applies to our kids. Our education system should not teach kids what to think and how to advance in the world around them, but also how to work with the world inside of them, their thoughts, their emotions. And this is a big deal. The basic building blocks and components of life have everything to do with the internal thoughts and emotions of a developing person. Let me ask you, did you learn how to control your emotions in high school, in middle school, in grade school? How about how to have healthy relationships? How about how to have a healthy marriage? How about how to raise productive kids? It's the basic building blocks of life, and we're neglecting it. As a human race, this should be life 101. But in these modern days, if there are any behavioral missteps, we sometimes choose to face that with pharmaceutical medications. Only thing is, that can pop up other problems down the road. So our education system should prepare our kids with spiritual resilience, teaching our kids methods of meditation, gratefulness, integrity, character, honesty, loyalty, the real building blocks of relationship building in our culture. If you think that's not needed, just take a look outside your window at the world around us. When students understand who they are and what they value, they become leaders who can strengthen our communities in the future. Spiritual kids will build a strong future Texas for generations to come, to teach the next generation how to teach the next generation who we are and what we believe. Number 3, let's talk about being smart. Being smart. True intelligence is not about memorization, only to be regurgitated on a test later on. Let me ask you, do you remember a lot of the tests that you passed in high school? If not, are we expecting our kids to do that? Instead, we should teach them critical thinking abilities with the hunger and thirst to seek after truth. Our current system teaches kids how to remember facts, not how to reason, question, or innovate. This needs to change. What does that look like? I don't know, but I'm excited to put it in the meat grinder of the legislature and involve the next generation in what that looks like. So when someone is smart, what does that look like? Let me explain it to you like this. A smart person on the battlefield will return to fight another day. It does not matter their training, it does not matter their funding, and it does not matter their equipment, because a smart person will live. A well-funded, well-trained person will do what they're told, whether it's dangerous or not, sometimes forfeiting their life. Although brave, a smart person can think independently, sovereignly for themselves. Also, a smart person, let's say a smart person is on a sales team. They will be the number one salesperson on that team because they will do the things that work and outsell everybody else who are simply following the rules. They'll have a little bit more ingenuity. They'll innovate. They'll make people laugh. They'll be creative. You know, another example of it, someone who's smart, is if they're homeless and they live on the streets. A smart person will learn and figure out how to eat every single day. Why? Because they're smart. They know how to think and how to survive. This element of thinking can't really be taught. It can be showed and encouraged, but it doesn't come from learning how to memorize it. It comes from learning how to learn and associating and interacting with other people. You see, smart kids don't just pass tests. Even though they will and they can, they will also grow up to forge a better future for the state of Texas. Number 4, being sovereign. The idea of being smart will eventually lead someone to the idea of living a sovereign life, a life that they themselves have control of and nobody else. Our current education system is a one-size-fits-all program. But helping our kids go the way they should go should be introduced to them at an early young age. It requires an internal, soul-searching aspect of life that all kids should have the opportunity to do. What does that look like? It's different for everybody. I honestly don't know, but it should be explored and the conversation can be started. In conclusion, when I'm elected governor, we will start to turn the course of this ship. It won't be overnight. Some of it will, but some of it will take generations to develop, and that's what I'm excited to do. No other candidate sees the kids like I do, the potential they have. And to be honest, we are going to pass the next generation the torch of leadership way quicker and sooner than anybody wants to admit. Strong people are harder to kill. They're more useful in general. Spiritual people are harder to deceive. And smart people who know how to think will end up leading their own sovereign lifestyle. God bless and get excited for education restructuring in the state of Texas. Now that's the all academic stuff. Administratively, where does the rubber meet the road on day one? By executive order, I can start doing a few things. First, we are going to take teachers off of a basic salary, a structured salary, and put them on a sliding scale pay structure from $50,000 to $200,000. And we are going to tie that to the average aggregate score of their students' test scores. Now, that feeling you just got of a sliding pay scale is the feeling teachers should get, thinking, hey, what am I going to do to be smart and teach these kids how to be smart? A good teacher is going to do just fine, is going to be excited about it. A teacher that's just doing the bare minimum to get by, probably not going to like it. Number two, we're going to allow parents to opt into classroom discipline. The teachers absolutely need the attention and respect of the students. This goes way beyond the classroom and into our culture and the way we think, and giving respect to our elders, especially their teachers. Our teachers don't need to put time into thinking how to get the kids to behave. So, parents can opt into classroom discipline, whatever that looks like. They can be the switch, it can be timeout, or the teachers can have the kid removed from the classroom to finish their work at another location in the school. Did you feel that? That feeling is, oh, our kids better listen in the classroom. And that's the feeling kids should have. Number three, no more homework. Home time is for family time and fun time. And it's a part of supporting a healthy nuclear family in the state of Texas. With the 8 hours we put into school, we should be able to complete all the work in school, at school, and learn what we need to learn there. If not, we're not being smart. In my opinion, the current day education system is looked at more of a babysitting time so parents can go to work and provide an income for their family and buy a house and provide food. And I get it. It's a deeply entrenched, decades-long cultural problem. But the bad side effects of that is some kids subconsciously feel that they're being pushed to the side. Our kids don't have the words to admit it. And deep down, the parents feel the same thing too. We want education to be respected and a good program for our kids to create the future Texas deserves. I hope you look at and consider and talk about these issues more with your friends and family. And vote for me on March 3rd. God bless.